guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's video, I am going to talk about my return. Yes, I just said return, guys. Finally, I am back and I'm ready to kick some butt. So, as many of you guys know, I was going to be suspended for a year. I had my own case, and unfortunately, things just, I guess things didn't turn out the way I would hope for it to have turned out, and I ended up getting banned. With that being said, because of my ban, I haven't been able to play in tournaments for approximately 5 to 6 months. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been able to play all across the board in like Bandai's official events. But fortunately, Jim was able to, he made a decision and decided to bring me back. And I'm very grateful for that. And I do want to say thank you, Jim, for allowing me back into competitive play. That was my homeland. That's where I dominated at. And I look forward to dominating the competitive scene again. So you guys are going to see Anthony Hernandez in the top tables, kicking butt, taking names, and doing what I do best, scooping y'all up. I want to thank you guys, my fans, for, hanging in there tight with me, because I know this was like a crucial moment where things were just not looking so good. Some people ended up leaving me and unsubscribing from the channel because they're like, oh, Anthony's banned now. What can he offer competitive-wise since he won't be playing against the other top players? Which I understood your perspective. But believe it or not, me playing against top players isn't what makes you good at the game. So like, I'm using myself as an example. I'm good at the game because I know how the game works fundamentally. I didn't have to practice with top tier players in order to be good. Naturally, I was good at the game. And then when I did play against other people that are competitive, just being able to see how they can push my limits as a player, that's when I had experienced some growth. But there is natural talent through hard work, analyzing cards, testing your theories, going back and forth with even friends. You don't need to play against pro players to know that you're good at the game. You know you're good at the game when you're able to see multiple options and you pick the best option out of those multiple and execute them to the best of your ability or to the best of the game state's ability. So with that being said, thank you guys again for all that stood with me. And moving forward, I know a lot more people are going to want to be a part of the channel because I'm back. So a lot of people used to see me as like Lord Frieza in the group, which I guess I kind of like personified that image because of how I used to be, and saying like, oh, I'm going to push your shit in, and I would write all these long posts about how I was going to dominate the next event. I'm going to calm down on that. In my group, you guys already know, and and I said this in the past in previous videos, and I've stated it in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber group, which if you guys are not a part, I'll leave a link in the description so that you guys can read and also join the group. I'm still going to be as cocky and as confident as ever. I'm just going to slow down on those type of victory speeches before they even happen. I was the guy that would just post about winning everything or topping or whatever, dominating, and I do a good job. I can talk it and it will come to reality. I would be like, who am I seeing in the finals in this event? And sure enough, I was in the finals. And I was in the finals in all 3 ARG events. So a lot of you guys who may not know me, if you're new to the channel, prior to ARG, once regionals started happening, Jim decided to have a circuit series where he was having major events that were equivalent to regionals, but they were through Jim's. It was like Jim's own special events. And I attended all of them from the beginning to the last one, or the second to last one, because to the second to last one I was banned. So I wasn't able to compete in that event. But prior to that, out of the 3 events that he had prior to, which was Hartford CT, Atlantic City, and Boston, I was present at all 3 of them. And I was in the finals in all 3 events. And this was ranging from 300 plus players to 100 and something players. So the lowest turnout was like 120, highest turnout was like 350, 360. And I was able to score 2 first place out of the 3, and I was in second place in the 3rd. So it was pretty cool. But on the 3rd event, I ended up getting banned like shortly a day or 2 after because mistakes were made during the gameplay, and because there's a lot of controversy. Like, I caused that on myself. Being the player I am, I'm always like talking out loud and saying I'm going to beat everyone. So, certain people held me to a certain standard, and since I made a mistake and an error, they didn't look at me as a regular player, as a regular person, because I, in the past, and I kept kind of rocking with it, I emulated a god. That's why, if you guys don't know, I'm considered to be the Dragon Ball God, or quote unquote DBS God. And if you hear someone say that, they're 99% of the time referring to me as a player. There have been a few other players that they've given that name to just to kind of like get at my ego, because I'm supposedly the most egotistical player, which they might not be half wrong. Overall, I am very egotistical, but I put in the work, and I let my results show it. I'll let everyone know, like, for example, there's this Team War event coming at CT. I am going to be present there. More than likely, I'm like 90% sure that I'm going to be present, and if I am, prepare to get scooped up. That's my motto. I go to events to win and dominate. I'm known for that, and that's just like my MO. So anytime you see me at an event, you expect, all right, Anthony is going to be in the top tables. Let me see as a player. This is what you should be thinking when you're facing me. Let me see as a player. Let me make sure I don't misplay. Let me try my butt off to analyze and, make the best plays I possibly can make, because I'm playing against the quote-unquote Dragon Ball God. And if you're playing against someone good, you have to prep up and make sure that your skill level is as such, so you're not making misplays. Because the moment you make a misplay, you're giving me an easy opportunity to beat you. And that's kind of how it is. I capitalize on many players' misplays. Even when I'm the one at a disadvantage in a matchup, I find a way to win. And that's what I do best. And it's just something that, as time goes by, you'll be able to, as a player, you'll be able to get to that point where you'll be the one in that situation where your opponent has to look out for your play errors, as opposed to the other way around. But anyways, this video is to show my thanks. Again, Jim, thank you very much for allowing me to be back in the competitive scene. I was attending PPG's events, which I still will. George Machado, you were always looking out during the time of my ban, so thank you for that as well. And I'm going to be competing at the highest level. You guys are going to see me in multiple events to come. I'm that player that shows up almost everywhere. People know me. I talk about it, but not only that I talk about it, I'm everywhere. So a lot of people that don't know me, since I haven't been in the scene for about 5 to 6 months, get ready to see my face a lot in the top tables. With that being said, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays and definitely a happy new year. It's a new year, guys. I'm back. And I know a lot of you guys have New Year's resolutions. My New Year's resolutions for this channel and for the whole Dragon Ball community is to be #1 and dominate. So expect me again at the top tables. And if you guys have any questions, definitely shoot them down below. I'll answer to all. You guys already know how I am. Thank you for watching. And as always, this channel is all about you.